Most people quit too early. Don't be one of them. Rule number 1. Stay hungry, stay focused. Hunger is not just about survival. It is about desire. It is the quiet force that pulls you forward when comfort tries to hold you back. Hunger is what keeps the fire alive long after the excitement fades. The moment hunger disappears, growth slows. Satisfaction settles in and ambition begins to soften. When you feel full too early, you stop reaching for more. Staying hungry does not mean being ungrateful. It means refusing to settle. It means appreciating how far you have come while still recognizing how far you can go. Focus is the partner of hunger. Hunger gives you the drive. Focus gives that drive direction. Without focus, hunger becomes scattered energy. Without hunger, focus loses purpose. The world is designed to distract you. Notifications, opinions, entertainment, and noise all compete for your attention. Focus is no longer automatic. It must be defended. When you are hungry, distractions lose their appeal. Comfort becomes less attractive. You become selective with your time and intentional with your energy. Hunger keeps you learning. It reminds you that mastery is never complete and growth never ends. The moment you believe you know enough, you stop evolving. Staying focused requires saying no to many good things, so you can say yes to the one thing that matters most. Discipline sharpens focus. Purpose sustains it. Many people lose hunger after their first success. They slow down. They relax. They assume the work is done. That is often where decline begins. Hunger keeps you grounded. It reminds you of where you started and why you began. It keeps ego in check and effort consistent. Focus turns daily actions into meaningful progress. Small, repeated efforts done with intention compound into extraordinary outcomes. When hunger is strong, excuses sound weak. When focus is clear, confusion fades. Staying hungry means staying curious, asking questions, seeking feedback, remaining open to improvement even when you are doing well. Focus is not about doing more. It is about doing what matters without distraction. There will be moments when you feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. Hunger reminds you why quitting is not an option. Staying focused during difficult times is what separates those who wish from those who achieve. Hunger creates urgency. Focus creates efficiency. Together they create momentum. You don't need to chase everything. You need to commit to something. When your hunger is real, procrastination becomes uncomfortable. Delaying action feels heavier than taking it. Focus requires boundaries. Not everyone gets access to your time, your energy, or your vision. Staying hungry means you never see growth as finished. You see it as ongoing. Focus keeps you aligned with your values even when shortcuts appear tempting. The strongest competitors are not always the most talented. They are the hungriest and the most focused. Hunger pushes you to show up early and stay late. Focus ensures that time is used wisely. When hunger and focus align, progress feels intentional. Every step has purpose. Stay hungry enough to keep pushing. Stay focused enough to stay on course. And that is why rule number 6 exists. Stay hungry. Stay focused. Rule number 2, pain is temporary. Pain is unavoidable. It enters every life without warning and without permission. It shows up in different forms: failure, rejection, loss, fatigue, but its presence is universal. What most people fear is not pain itself, but the belief that it will last forever. Pain lies to you. It tells you that this moment defines you. It doesn't. Pain is a season, not a sentence. It arrives, teaches, and eventually passes. The question is not whether pain will come, but how you respond when it does. Growth often introduces itself through discomfort. The body aches when it gets stronger. The mind strains when it learns something new. Pain is often a signal that change is happening. In the middle of pain, perspective shrinks. All you can see is the present moment. But time has a way of widening vision. What feels overwhelming today becomes a lesson tomorrow. Every challenge you face is temporary, but the strength you build from it is permanent. Pain fades. Character remains. There are moments when quitting feels like relief, when stopping feels like peace. But temporary relief often leads to permanent regret. Those who endure pain long enough discover something powerful on the other side: confidence, resilience, and clarity. Pain demands attention, but it also demands growth. It forces you to adapt, to become stronger than the situation that caused it. Running from pain only extends it. Facing it shortens its stay. Every successful story carries chapters of struggle that were never meant to be comfortable. Pain is part of the process, not proof of failure. The strongest people you admire were once in pain too. They didn't avoid it. They walked through it. Pain refines focus. It strips away distractions and reveals what truly matters. When you are hurting, it is easy to believe you are alone. You are not. Pain connects humanity. Everyone who has achieved something meaningful has felt it. Pain tests commitment. It asks whether you truly want what you say you want. Temporary pain is often the price of long-term freedom. Comfort now can cost you later. Pain strengthens emotional endurance. What once broke you becomes something you can handle. In moments of pain, progress is often invisible, but roots are growing underground. Pain is not a sign to stop. It is a sign to adapt, to rest, to recover, but not to surrender. The struggle you survive becomes the story you tell, and that story becomes someone else's hope. Pain does not arrive to destroy you. It arrives to reveal you. The weight you carry today builds the strength you will rely on tomorrow. Every moment you endure pain without quitting rewrites your limits. This moment will pass. The question is what you will take with you when it does. Strength is not built in comfort. It is built in resistance. And that is why rule number 7 matters. Pain is temporary. Quitting lasts forever. Rule number 3, prove them wrong. There will be people who doubt you before you even begin. Some will question your ability. Others will quietly assume you will fail. Doubt often arrives early and uninvited. Sometimes the doubt is loud. Sometimes it is subtle. A raised eyebrow. A dismissive comment. A lack of support. These moments stay with you longer than compliments. Being underestimated can hurt. It can shake confidence and plant hesitation, but it can also ignite something powerful if you choose not to accept it. Proving them wrong is not about anger. It is about resolve. It is about choosing action instead of explanation. You don't need to argue with doubt. You don't need to defend your vision. Time and consistency will do that for you. Every critic unknowingly offers you fuel. Their disbelief can become motivation if you allow it. The strongest response to doubt is progress, quiet effort, visible results. When people doubt you, they often project their own limitations. Their disbelief is not a reflection of your potential. Proving them wrong requires patience. Results take time. Growth is not immediate. There will be moments when their voices echo in your mind. This is where resilience is built. Instead of reacting emotionally, channel that energy into discipline. Let your work answer for you. Success earned through doubt feels different. It is heavier. It carries meaning. Proving them wrong also means proving yourself right. Building self-trust matters more than changing opinions. You don't need universal belief. You need consistent effort. Some people will never admit they were wrong. That doesn't matter. Your life is not a debate. Proving them wrong is about rising quietly while expectations remain low. Underestimation reduces pressure. It gives you space to grow without constant scrutiny. The journey will test your patience. Doubt does not disappear overnight. Stay focused on the process. Let improvement become your obsession. Results have a way of rewriting narratives. Slowly, undeniably. Proving them wrong requires humility. Let success speak without arrogance. The most satisfying victories are the ones earned in silence. You don't need revenge. You need results. Let your growth become the response. When you reach the place they thought you couldn't, you won't need words. They will remember the doubt. You will remember the work. And that is why rule number 9 matters. Prove them wrong by becoming undeniable. Rule number 4, outwork yesterday. Yesterday is a reference, not a destination. It shows you where you have been, not where you must stay. The real competition has never been anyone else. It has always been the person you were yesterday. Outworking yesterday does not mean exhausting yourself. It means evolving. It means making small improvements that compound over time. Many people chase comparison. They measure themselves against others and lose focus on their own progress. Growth becomes clearer when the only comparison is internal. Yesterday carries lessons, not limits. Every mistake you made holds information. Every success holds a standard. Use both wisely. Outworking yesterday begins with honesty. You must be willing to look at what you did and ask how it can be done better. Progress rarely comes from dramatic changes. It comes from refining routines, sharpening habits, and staying consistent. Each day offers a quiet opportunity to improve something. Your focus, your effort, your patience, your discipline. Outworking yesterday requires humility. You must accept that there is always room to grow, no matter how far you've come. Some days improvement looks like doing more. Other days it looks like doing smarter. Both count. The discipline to show up consistently matters more than bursts of intensity. Yesterday's comfort can become today's obstacle. What once pushed you forward may now be holding you back. Outworking yesterday means refusing to settle for autopilot living. It means staying intentional. Fatigue will test your commitment. Motivation will fluctuate. Discipline bridges the gap. Progress is built quietly. Most improvements go unnoticed, but they accumulate. Outworking yesterday is about building momentum. Small wins create confidence. Confidence fuels consistency. You do not need to win every day. You need to improve most days. Growth requires patience. Some days you will feel stuck. Trust the process anyway. Outworking yesterday also means forgiving yourself for past mistakes. You cannot improve what you are ashamed to face. Consistency transforms effort into identity. Over time, improvement becomes natural. Outworking yesterday is a lifelong practice. There is no finish line for growth. Each morning gives you a clean slate. Yesterday does not define today's effort. The strongest form of competition is internal. It sharpens focus without distraction. Outworking yesterday builds quiet confidence. You know you are improving, even if no one else notices. The work you put in today raises tomorrow's standard. Progress may feel slow, but stagnation is slower. Outwork yesterday not to prove anything to others, but to honor your potential. And that is why rule number 8 stands strong. Outwork yesterday and let growth do the talking. Rule number 5, consistency creates success. Success rarely arrives as a single breakthrough moment. More often, it is the quiet result of repeated effort over time. Consistency is the invisible force behind every lasting achievement. Big goals can feel overwhelming. Consistency breaks them into manageable actions. Small steps taken daily move mountains that intensity alone cannot. Most people overestimate what they can do in one day and underestimate what they can do in a year. Consistency reshapes that misunderstanding. Talent can open doors, but consistency keeps them open. Without it, potential remains unused. Consistency turns discipline into habit. What once required effort eventually becomes automatic. The power of consistency lies in accumulation. Each small action adds weight, even when progress is not immediately visible. There will be days when results seem absent. These are the days when consistency matters most. Consistency builds trust with yourself. Every completed task reinforces belief in your ability to follow through. Motivation fluctuates. Energy rises and falls. Consistency remains steady through both. Success is not created by occasional bursts of effort. It is created by reliable action. Consistency removes pressure. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to return to the process. Missing one day does not erase progress. Quitting does. Consistency also builds patience. It teaches you to respect timing instead of rushing outcomes. Those who succeed are not always the most intense. They are the most reliable. Consistency turns learning into mastery. Repetition refines skill. When effort becomes routine, resistance fades. Consistency transforms chaos into structure. It brings order to ambition. Over time, consistency reshapes identity. You become someone who shows up. Success is built quietly. Most consistent efforts go unnoticed, but they are never wasted. Consistency is not about speed. It is about direction. Small improvements, repeated daily, create extraordinary change. Consistency protects progress during difficult seasons. When excitement fades, consistency carries you forward. Success favors those who stay. Consistency is how effort becomes legacy. And that is why rule number 10 endures. Consistency creates success.